Hare Krishna. I thought I would come down this evening because I'm not feeling very well. But then I realized that this evening we are supposed to give the certificates to those who worked in the Goshala. So that's why I came down. So take that off. Huh? So let's have the certificates. Is everyone here? Those who are recipients? Okay, let's see. Or should we go from bottom to top? Bottom to top? Okay. I am used to top to bottom. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So many devotees during the month of Kartik, according to our request, served in the Goshala. I wrote to the devotees that they should, everyone should serve in the Goshala. Take care of the cows. Taking care of the cows is a very important aspect of our spiritual practice. Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. A devotee's business is to serve the cows, serve the brahmanas, for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anyway, so many devotees became very much involved, and so you're very happy about that. And then Radharani Devi Dasi became inspired to motivate them even more, and she announced that they would get some rewards and some certificates. So at least there some recognition inspires everyone. Whenever there is some prize, everybody becomes very competitive to win the prize, no matter how insignificant the prize may be. And so those who served in the Goshala, took care of the cows during the month of Kartik, they're going to get some recognition through some certificates. You got the Harinam Chadar. I thought you got something better. You see, I don't encourage devotees to wear Harinam Chadar. The reason, who knows the reason? Why I don't encourage the devotees to wear Harinam Chadar? Who remembers? Huh? Yes, Harinam Chadar is, the holy name is written there. So when you wear it, it touches your feet. You sit on it. That is showing disrespect to the holy name. Anyway, I don't mind giving that, provided you will wear it in your head. Very good. Okay, so you can take the chadars and fold them, and no, I didn't ask. If you get the chadar, will you wear it as a chadar or as your turban? Huh? Ushnish. Give it to him. Give it. All are getting. How long will it take? Okay. Okay, so let's start off. Let him. Here you come. There are, okay, I will and let you know what they're getting. There are certificates like this. The certificates, I'll read it out. It says, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Mandir. Madan Mohan, I should have checked it. Madan Mohan, there should have been a hyphen after Madan. In between Madan Mohan, there should have been a hyphen. Okay, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Mandir, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Goshala, Kartik Maas Seva. Goshala, Kartik Maas Seva. Certificate awarded to Sukumar Gaurdas for 10 hours of Seva. And he is getting, there are 3 types of certificates. And then we'll go to special certificates after this. So they are bronze, silver, and gold. So he's starting from bronze. So where is Sukumar Gaurdas? Oh, so how much, what certificate does he get for book table? Ask him to come quickly. Okay. Maybe you announce, remove the table, they can come and take it from the front, not from this. And I don't need to announce.
Next, Ramani Shiromani Prabhu, please come. Deen Vatsal Prabhu. Vijay Murthy Prabhu. Shyam Vallabh Prabhu. Shantanu Prabhu. Shantanu Devaliya. He is also not there. He is not here. Shantanu Prabhu's mother, she can come. Meanwhile, Jamuna Sakhi Mataji, please be ready. After that, Akriti Mataji. Jamuna Sakhi. Akriti Mataji. Riba. Jamuna Sakhi. Mohan Krishna Prabhu. Say Guru Maharaj. After Mohan Krishna Prabhu, Virah Prakash Prabhu. After Virah Prakash Prabhu, Param Madhuri Mataji. And now we are moving to silver. This is for silver. Hariva. Chanchal Mataji. Hariva. Karuna Mataji. Karuna Mataji is here. After that, Kriti Mataji. सुनैना राधिका माता जी, प्रेम भक्ति प्रभु, सुनैना राधिका, she's there very much. रश्मिता माता जी, now gold. हरी बोल. After Rashmita माता जी, सरला गोपिका माता जी. हरी बोल. सरला गोपिका माता जी, please come. After that, Devyani Priya Mata ji, please be ready.
All the gold are taken by
Mata ji. Prabhu is also. Devyani. Munni Agrawal Mata ji. Devyani. विभू चैतन्य प्रभु, she is coming. मुन्नी अग्रवाल माता. 40 plus. Yes, ma'am. जगमोहन प्रभु, सुबल निमाई प्रभु, he is already serving in Goshala department. So staff, he is already serving in Goshala department. Staff.
now we are getting gold who are serving in the Goshala permanent. They were part-time. Now these are special.
He is not present. He is in Nalwa Goshala. लीला पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु, राजू प्रभु, रेगुलर सर्विस, सपन सरकार प्रभु, जगदीश प्रभु, शहदेव प्रभु, सब स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक. अच्छा, दिस वे ओनली. योगेश चंद्र प्रभु, नित्यानंद प्रभु, कृष्ण प्रभु, कृष्णपाल, रूप विलास प्रभु, राधा प्रिया माता जी, सिद्धांश प्रभु, ललिता माता जी, अनुज, if their parents, if they are coming, रूप विलास, अनुकूल कृष्ण प्रभु, पंकज नेत्र प्रभु, पंकज नेत्र प्रभु, शिवाराध्य प्रभु, हितेश प्रभु, सुभाश्रय प्रभु, प्रेम मोहिनी माता जी, इंद्र प्रिया माता जी, प्रेम मोहिनी माता जी, श्रीकांत, शिवम, सिद्धांश, सिद्धांश, गोराचांद प्रभु, मालती सोनी माता जी, प्राची माता जी, सुमंगला माता जी, विशाल प्रभु, विशाल, इंदिरा प्रिया माता जी, रुक्मिणी प्रिया माता जी, जयेश प्रभु, उत्तमांगी माता जी, निर्मल प्रभु, so those who have कोमल माता जी, शैली माता जी, अग्रवाल माता जी, मुन्नी अग्रवाल, वृषभानु नंदिनी माता जी, परम माधुरी माता जी, वृषभानु नंदिनी माता जी, परम माधुरी माता जी, नित्यानंद प्रभु, नित्यानंद, राधिका सहेली माता जी, राजेश चैतन्य प्रभु, जयेश प्रभु, राजेश चैतन्य प्रभु, जयेश, देवदर्शन प्रभु, विशाल प्रभु, बिमला भक्ति माता जी, आकृति माता जी, श्रद्धा माता जी, आकृति, श्रद्धा, श्रद्धा, करुणा माता जी, लक्षिता माता जी, नॉट प्रेजेंट, प्राची माता जी, कृति माता जी, धनश्री माता जी, चंचल माता जी, सुभद्रा माता जी, यस गुरुजी, सुभद्रा माता जी, यमुना सखी माता जी, लक्षित, यमुना सखी माता जी, this doesn't have. Radha Rani Mataji?
She got a special gift, a chanting bead yesterday, and now she's getting a bead bag. Hare Krishna. So that's all? Okay. And the real award will be for all the service you are rendering. The real award will be given to you all by Krishna in the spiritual world. Whenever one renders devotional service, Krishna remembers. And Krishna rewards. There is a... Do you know how Prahlad Maharaj became Prahlad Maharaj? Such a great devotee, Bhakta Shrestha, Bhakta Prabhar, the best devotee of the Lord. Because Prahlad Maharaj in his previous life, he went with his girlfriend to a kind of spend time outside. And so they came to a place. They saw it's a kind of a ruin, and so they cleaned up the place. They decided to take some picnic, prasad. But before that, they got into a fight, argument. They both of them got so upset that they didn't eat anything. And they stayed up the whole night. Now that ruin happens to be a temple of Lord Nrsingadev. And that day happened to be the day of Nrisingha Chaturdasi. Because on Nrisingha Chaturdasi, unknowingly, they cleaned the temple of Nrsingadev, fasted on that day, stayed up the whole night. He became, in his next life, he became Prahlad Maharaj. Such a great devotee. There are so many such instances how Krishna rewards his devotees for rendering devotional service, even unknowingly, unconsciously. Another incident is once a person who was a big miser, very sinful, he never did anything good in his whole life. But one day, it was raining, and there was a Vaishnava, happened to be just taking shelter out of the rain at the ledge of at the end of near his house. So he invited the Vaishnava and said, "Come, it's raining, come inside." So that was the only good thing he had done in his whole life. So after death, he was taken to Jamalaya, the abode of Lord Jamraj. So Jamraj told him that, look, in your whole life you didn't do in your entire life you have done only one good thing. That you sheltered a Vaishnava when it was raining. And the rest of your life is full of sinful activities. So now tell me, do you want to get the results of your sinful activities first, or do you want to get the result of your pious activity first? So he said, I want the result of the pious activity first. Although it will be, after that you'll have to suffer. So he said, I'll take that one first. And as a result of that, he got a human form of life. He got the birth as a human being, and he had the remembrance of that incident. Generally, we forget after birth about our previous life. And he thought that just by doing one good thing, we got this opportunity to get the human form of life. So, let's take this life for serving the Vaishnavas and serving Krishna. So that's what he did his whole life. And the result is, when one takes shelter of Krishna, what happens? Ahang tvang sarva papebhyo. Because he took shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, all his sinful reactions were removed. And he was, because of his devotional service to Krishna, he was elevated to the spiritual world at the end of his life. So this is the benefit of serving Krishna and his devotees. Now the question is, are they all some stories or they are real? The thing is that all that have been stated in the scriptures, Vedic scriptures, we have to accept them as the truth and nothing but the truth. If they are not the truth, if they are not real, if they are not factual, then why such great personalities like Vasudev, Narad Muni, all great sages, Atri, Angira, Vashishta, Agastya, why they are following that? They are such personalities that they can, they can do inconceivable things. Like, you remember what did Chitraketu do? Created a planet. So we can consider, what did Agastya Muni do? He drank up the whole ocean. What did Vashishta do? So these are not ordinary personalities, they are such exalted personalities. And so why they would follow these scriptures? And in the recent past we can see Srila Prabhupada, like such a brilliant personality. When you read Prabhupada's books, you can see how brilliant he was. His purports, his translations. And he did that by dictation, not even writing, just spoke. But what wonderful presentation. Such personalities like Srila Prabhupada, why did he accept it? Why did he take the trouble of translating these books? Personalities like Prabhupada would never translate books like Spider-Man, Superman, love story, Laila Majnu, Even Indian literatures like, Tagore's writing, Prabhupada never thought of writing, translating them. He took the Vedic scriptures. Why? Because these scriptures are not of this world. The Vedic scriptures are coming from the spiritual world. They are not the words of this world. These are the words spoken by the Lord and given by the Lord Himself. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Himself spoke. And where can you find such a book? The other day one person was telling me, who was that? Oh no, I think I received an email. He mentioned that somebody told him that this is one book where you'll find everything. And if you read this book, you don't have to read anything else. Isn't that what Bhagavad Gita is? All the knowledge is there in one book. Like yesterday I was explaining, one of the 6 darshans is Sankhya. Very elaborate, very extensive, very detailed, defining the philosophy, analytical study. But that knowledge, the entire knowledge of the Sankhya philosophy has been given in Bhagavad Gita in 2 shlokas. You remember? I mentioned yesterday. The material nature is composed of 8 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. Bhinna prakriti rashtadha. But this material nature is Krishna's inferior energy, but beyond this there is a superior energy, and the jiva bhutang mahavaho. The living entities are coming from the superior energy of the Lord, and they are sustaining this material nature. In Sankhya we find, after analyzing the entire material nature with 24 considerations, they are saying all these 24 are objective. They're object. But object cannot exist without the subject. Subject, object. So object cannot exist without the subject. So who is the subject? I am the subject. We all are the subject. We are actually perceiving. Dharjate. We are perceiving, we are sustaining, and we are exploiting. The word dharjate means that. Sustaining, exploiting, and maintaining, perceiving. So that is, and so the 25th consideration is Jiva Bhutan, living entities, spirit souls. We came from the spiritual world. We are not a product of this material nature. So, therefore, there is another reality beyond this material nature. That is the spiritual world. Just in two verses, 2 shlokas, Krishna gave the entire Sankhya philosophy, the summary of the Sankhya philosophy. So this is how wonderful. Similarly, yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Krishna is this one. Again, Krishna is explaining in 2 verses. Karmibhya adhiko yogi, Jnanibhyaschit matadhika, tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Towards the end of 6th chapter, Krishna is saying. But then what is Krishna is saying? Yoginam opi sarvesham madgatena antaratmanaha shraddhavan bhajate jomam same yukta tamamataha. Right? Yoga means to be connected. Like there are different types of yogi. Karma yogi, Jnana yogi, Dhyana yogi. So, of all these yogis, yoginam api sarvesham, of all the yogis, among all the yogis, madgatena antaratmanaha, whose antaratma, whose inner consciousness, his mind has been projected unto me, he is the greatest of all yogis. Meaning, the devotees are the greatest yogi. So, Ashtanga Yoga is summarized again in 2 verses. Yoginam api sarvesham, madgatena antaratmanaha, shraddhavan bhajate jomam. Shraddhavan, with shraddha, with respect, with bhajate jomam, one who is rendering devotional service unto me. Bhajate. From bhajate comes the word bhakti. Bhajan. Bhajate, rendering devotional service. Jomam, saume jukta tamo mataha. Jukta, jukta tara, jukta tama. Nominative, comparative, superlative. Superlative, the most intimately connected to me. So again we are seeing Ashtanga Yoga is analyzed in 2 verses. This is Bhagavad Gita. Everything is there. And leading unto what point? Surrender. Surrender unto Krishna. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasam hi etaduttamam. Arjun, I am imparting this knowledge to you. Why? Bhaktosi, you are my devotee. Sakha cheti, you are my friend. That's why I am giving you this knowledge. This knowledge was lost, but now I am re-establishing this knowledge. Through you. Why? Because you are my devotee and you are my friend, you are a surrendered soul unto me. That is why Bhagavad Gita is so important. Just if we can understand this one book, we understand everything. But it doesn't stop there, it continues. Continuation of Bhagavad Gita is Srimad Bhagavatam. That reminds me, he left his body actually. We had one god brother. He was a Muslim from Lebanon. Ravanari Prabhu. He actually translated Bhagavad Gita into Arabic. Ravanari Prabhu. He's a brilliant person. And Ravanari came to India. I actually brought him to India. At that time, lots of Indians were becoming converted into Christians. And I attended a conference in Delhi and I saw that this was a thing, a need of the moment to do something about it. And I was telling them that, look, in ISKCON, through ISKCON, we are actually making Christians, Jews, Muslims into accepting the Vedic culture. So why don't you support us? It was a thing like, it was a big conference which was organized by some big group, I don't remember. They invited ISKCON to come there and I happened to be in Delhi at that time, so they asked me to go there. And so they asked me to speak, I told them that they are converting by paying money or giving them some temptations. But in ISKCON, we are attracting the highest, most intelligent class of people all over the world without giving them anything. Rather, when they come to us, they give us everything. So why don't you join hands with us and let's do it together? What we are proposing, it is generating result, it is bearing results, the fruits. but they did not. And like in that thing, Dr. Karan Singh was one of the organizers, a big man. So after that, I asked him that why don't you seriously consider what we are doing? So his response was, Swamiji, that is your way and we have our way. So I thought, okay, I'll show you our way. So then I organized a conference called the Aim of All Faith. And so I got different people from different parts, different denomination. There's Christian representation, our devotee who became Christians who became devotee, Muslim who became devotee, like Ambarish Prabhu also was there in that conference. At that time he was there. And we had a program in Calcutta, we had a program, mainly we had in the 3 major cities. We had one program in Calcutta, one program in Delhi, and one program in Tirupati. Tirupati, they were supportive, they gave us all the support. And then one day, Ravanari Prabhu showed up, after 2 months after the program was over. You see, I wrote to him, inviting him to come to for this program. And he is from Lebanon. So he received the letter a month and a half after the program. But he decided to come over in any case. So then we did the program just with Ravanari Prabhu. So we had another program in Calcutta where it was very well received. And then we went to different places. Then we went to Bangalore. One program was in Bangalore. And the governor of Bangalore at that time, I'm talking about it was 1982. Governor of Bangalore at that time, or Karnataka, was one Muslim person. So we had a meeting. He gave us 15 minutes. Because, the important person gave us 15 minutes. But the discussion became so interesting that it went on for 1.5 hours. He cancelled all other programs. Because Ravanari was so powerful. His presentation was so powerful. And I remember, this is the thing that I wanted to actually say, but before saying that, I wanted to give the background. Like Ravanari, we had a press conference, and many people came, press reporters. And in that, Ravanari made a very wonderful point. He said that the spiritual knowledge doesn't end, it continues. Like we may start at some place, some point, doesn't matter, but we should be open to receive. And he pointed out that the problem with the Islam is that they don't want to accept anything beyond. They think this is it, and they don't want to go beyond that. And he said, my experience, I'll honestly admit, that I found that where Quran ended, Bhagavad Gita began. And then he pointed out that and it's not, Bhagavad Gita didn't end in itself. Where Bhagavad Gita ended, Srimad Bhagavatam began. And it goes on and on. Like Srimad Bhagavatam, is Srimad Bhagavatam the end? No, then we get Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatam. And it just goes on and on and on. The spiritual world is unlimited. So how can we say that it is limited with its informations? So that is how we actually have to take that. Ravanari was a brilliant person. How many of you have met him? Is anyone here met him? No? Okay. Recently he was in Mayapur. He left his body in Mayapur actually. He's a very good friend of mine. And he is a very powerful background he has. He was involved in what was the Palestinian leader? No. He was anyway, he was with him. But then he went to Germany to study. Then he became a devotee. Anyway, that's also very interesting. He came across Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Nrsimha Bhagavan ki Jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. I mean, actually, these devotees have such a wonderful, background. See, Ravanari was studying in Germany. I think he was in Frankfurt, yeah. So, one day he went to a restaurant and he saw a magazine. And guess what that magazine was? It was Back to Godhead. And he started to read it and he found it very interesting. And one point he saw Prabhupada is saying, if you want to know about God, you can come to me. I can give you all the information about God. Okay, another background is his family was the mullahs of Akka in Palestine. And in his childhood, he was being trained up to become a preacher, Muslim preacher. So he knew Quran very well from his childhood. And he used to, as a young boy, he used to have all kinds of questions. But his teacher used to always discourage him. You can't ask this kind of questions. You can't ask this. This is blasphemy. And he was thinking that all along he found in the people that whenever he asked questions, they said, don't ask questions. And here the person is saying, if you have any question, you can come to me. If you want to know about God, you can come to me. So that actually interested him. And then he saw the address and he went there to the temple. And at that time, in 1972, I think, there was a massacre in German Olympic. In Germany, there was an Olympic and the Muslims there massacred the Jewish athletes. Therefore, in Germany, there was a big fear about the Muslims. So, when he went to the temple and told them that he wanted to, what he did is he started to read Prabhupada's books. He started to get the books and read, and he became convinced. But when he went to the temple to join, they said, no, I mean, you rather practice from home, you can come here, because they were afraid, who knows, maybe this will be another Muslim who would just come to create problem. And so he could understand that they don't want to accept him because of his Muslim background. So he said, okay, but can I get some dress that you're wearing? And he said, okay, you can buy that. So he bought dhoti, kurta there. He went to a barber, got his head shaved, and he went to Berlin because he found out that there was another temple in Berlin. So he went to Berlin and he told them that he's coming from Frankfurt. They sent him to Berlin. He's a devotee, so they accepted him in Berlin. They didn't kind of question him. So that is how he actually became a devotee. And as I mentioned, like he actually translated Bhagavad Gita in Arabic. And so he was a very, very brilliant devotee. So one main thing that I was trying to remember, I forgot. Anyway, so this is how he was a very brilliant person. And oh yeah, right, I was telling about Bangalore. So he in Bangalore at that time, there were some Iranian students from this I'm talking about early 82, and some Muslim students actually also came to our program. We had a big pandal program. Lots of people came in a big field in Bangalore. So Ravanari gave a lecture. After his lecture, these Muslim students actually came to him and said, "We want to talk to you." So he said, "Fine." He said, "No, it's too noisy here. We want to go to a quiet place." And it was a big park. Good part of it is completely dark. Ravin says, "Okay, come, let's go." Then we were worried that what they may do to him, you know. But he was so fearless, and he had a big body. He was a very powerful person also. So we were worried that, we said that, "No, let's go." But I said, no, they want to speak to me, I'll go. So we were worried, thinking, and we were actually thinking that if anything happens, then we'll just, go to, take care of that situation. But after about half an hour, 45 minutes, Ravanari comes back with all those boys. And all those boys started to buy books. Like just he spoke to them and they got completely convinced, like they started to buy Srila Prabhupada's books to read. He convinced them that they should read Prabhupada's books. So, there's so many such wonderful devotees in our movement. They came from such interesting background. And they have done so much also. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So continue to take care of the cows. Kirtan. Okay, we can do a little kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Pashtatta Deshatarine. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Gaur Premanande Hari.